Hi, it's Jenny from Buggy Baby, and today we're having a look at the Joie iSpin 360. The iSpin 360 allows you to keep your child rearward facing for an extended time. So this seat can take your child up until they're around 4 years old, and if you wish to, you can continue to use rearward facing until they turn 4. So what we're going to do is unbox this, and we're going to have a look at all of the features that it has. So I'm going to show you the version of this in deep sea, but this does come in various colourways, and we retail this at £299. So the iSpin is an i-size certified car seat, which does mean that you've got the ultimate in terms of protection and safety. So let's get this open and we'll have a look at it. Joie car seats are very, very popular, and with good reason as well. There's, first of all, lots of different choice. I can get this open, here we go. And as well as the choice, they're very comfortable, they're very reliable, there are loads of safety features on them. So it's a really good choice of car seat. Right, here we go. Should get in that. Okay. So, when you open up the box, you're going to see that it's packaged nicely. It's got this protective bit of cardboard on here, and it should come out in one piece. So, I'm going to get this open and then we'll have a look at it. So, here's the seat out of the box. I can see here that we've got our instruction manuals, and these are covers for the ISOFIX. I think you pop them into your car. And here is the seat as you will find it when you bring it out of the box. Now, with an i-size seat, they come on a base which is not removable. So if you're buying this for your newborn and you're expecting the traditional infant seat carriers that you can put onto your arm and then pop onto a base, this isn't what this is. I mean, you can obviously use this from birth, but you just need to bear in mind that it's not removable. It stays in the car. You can easily transfer it to other cars, but it's not a car seat that you're taking out and putting over your arm or attaching to a frame of a pushchair. So I've attached our ISOFIX guides onto the clasp of the seat. So you will find this in almost every car now that there's an ISOFIX attachment. And these are just to guide you into where it's going to click onto the bar. And now we're going to get this up onto the car seat. So something to bear in mind with this before I start is it's quite heavy, and if you're thinking it's going to be a weight of one of these infant carriers, it's not. Obviously this is going to last till your child is 4 years old. It's already sitting on a base, so it is quite heavy. So that's just something to bear in mind if you're not expecting that sort of weight. So here we go. Here you can see this is the ISOFIX, so this is what we're clicking on to the bar here. So before we pop this in, I'm just going to show you how these ISOFIX bars work. So on the back of the seat is this release button, this grey button here, and when we press on that, it's going to allow us to pull these bars out, which you will need to do to install it. So they'll only activate if you've pressed this grey button, otherwise it won't work. And then we'll need to slot it into place using the guides. And you just click it in. There you go. So now it's showing this little green mark here, which means that we've got it slotted in place, it's secure. And before that, obviously, it was the red one. And if we wanted to remove it, I'll show you that now. We press on this grey button again. And then it comes out. Okay, so I'm just going to show you again by slotting this in. There you go. And you've got the seat in place. So now this is nice and secure. And the next thing we'll need to do is to bring the leg down. And there's different positions we can use for the leg. And then that will secure it completely. Okay, so just showing you on the leg here. Here's the little buttons that you're going to press either side. And when you press them in, that allows you to move this bar up and down. Now, because of this display seat I'm using, I'm not going to be able to reach the floor on this, but obviously in a real car you will do, and you'll just be able to adjust that so that it sits firmly on the car floor. Before we take a look at all of the features, one thing I just wanted to show you is the quality of the fabric. So it's really, really soft, and it looks really high quality. And one of the things you get with these Joie car seats is a newborn insert. So if you're worried at all that something like this is too big for your newborn, because people are so used to these infant carriers, that's not going to be the case. There's these inserts that you can remove once your baby no longer needs them, but they provide a massive amount of support for your newborn. They will be lovely and snug in there. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is the spin feature on it. So if you're buying an iSpin car seat, it's probably because you want that spin feature, which is going to allow you to get your baby in and out much easier, and it's also much kinder on your back. So just one thing to bear in mind with the spin here, and this is a really clever feature, there's a little setting on here, which means when you have it on 0 to 15 months, and that's the age when your child should be rearward facing, it stops the seat from turning completely. So it will only turn to the side to allow you to pop your baby in, but it won't do the full rotate. And when you're ready to move your baby forward facing, you would then click on these settings, and then that will allow you to turn the seat all the way around. So it's just a good way to make sure that you're encouraged to keep your baby rearward facing. So let's have a look at what it does in the 0 to 15 months. Here on the side is our mechanism to make the seat spin. So you're just going to push it round. There we go. And then we'd be ready to pop our baby in. And obviously there's one on both sides, so you can have it either way. And you can see there how nice that will be on your back, not having to bend round to pop your baby in. And also one of the good things about this is sometimes when you're putting your baby into the car seat, they can be wriggling around, they can be screaming at you. So this is a much easier way to quickly secure them into the seat, and then you just spin it back round. Now, when you're moving on and they're going to be forward facing, we change this settings feature here, and then the seat turns all the way around. So we can keep doing that. There we go. And there we have them forward facing. Next up, let's have a look at how you recline the car seat. So it doesn't recline massively, but it does recline enough that your baby can be resting back when you want them to sleep, or when your toddler's in there and you want them to have a sleep as well. You can just recline it ever so slightly so that they've got a more comfortable position to sleep in. So I'll show you that whilst we're forward facing, and then we'll spin it around and have a look at what it looks like when we're rearward facing. It's the same amount of recline positions regardless of how you're facing the seat. So underneath here is a little grey button which we're going to use to recline it. So all you need to do is push that in, and at the same time tilt the seat back. Okay, so there we are on a full recline back. So as I said, it's only a tiny amount, but it will make a difference to your child. And then we press that button in again at the bottom, and then that's going to pull us back up. And you can choose to have it at whatever recline position you want in between those two uppers and lowers. So let's spin it round, and we'll have a look at it whilst it's rearward facing. Move this out of the way. Okay, so this is the position that it reclines in, and then we need to go up, and that's as far forward as it goes. So you can see, as I said, it's not a massive recline, but your child's going to be really comfortable in there. One of the protection features on this seat is the tri-protection shield. Now, these are quite common in a lot of car seats now, but this just gives you extra side protection. And I'm going to show you how this works. You can, if you wish, manually to pull them out, but actually it does it automatically when you strap your baby in. So I'm going to show you how we do that. Let's spin the seat round, and I've got my baby here. Okay. You're going to strap this little one in, And actually you can see as well how nicely your newborn will fit into this seat and how snug they'll be. So let's get this ready. And these sides here are going to pop out when we strap our little one in. Did you hear that? Okay, so it automatically happens. So we can have a look a bit closer at the straps. So as with most car seats, you're going to adjust the straps by using the little button through here and this strap here. So this tightens it and this allows you to loosen the strap. So if I can't really show you properly in there, but you'd be able to feel it when you stick your fingers in. You press down and then you would pull on the straps. That loosens it. And then to tighten them up, you use this black strap here and that tightens it to the correct position for your baby. Just wanted to show you how easily the newborn insert comes away. It just pulls out. So then you can remove that off. Perhaps keep it for your next child. And here we can now see how much room your little one's going to have in the car seat once they're over that newborn age. And also you can see how much padding there is still available for your larger child. So as we said at the start, this is going to take your child up until they're about 4 years old. And with rearward facing, you can have them rearward facing up until they're 4. You don't have to spin them round. Rearward facing is the safest way for your child to travel. I know that some people are hesitant to have their larger child rearward facing because they're worried about the space that they'll have for their legs. It's surprising actually how much space they will have for their legs and how they get used to sitting in a seat that's still rearward facing. So I did have my ones rearward facing up until they're 4. Some people choose not to. It's a personal decision, but mine didn't find it uncomfortable at all. And I did use a Joie car seat very similar to this one. And all they do is just sit up with their knees up and they just get used to it. It's not a problem for them. But obviously you might have a child that prefers to be forward facing, and in which case you can just spin it round. I'm going to show you next how we do the height adjustment for the headrest, and it will do the headrest and the straps. It will pull them up at the same time. So just here, if you can see, we've got another little grey lever that we're just going to push up. And you can see when I do that, that pulls the straps all the way up, and that's just going to create more space for your child as they grow. And when you want to push it down, you do that same grey lever at the back, and you can pop it back down. So again, it's quite common in a lot of car seats to have this. What it does is make sure that the seat's going to grow with your child. When you're choosing the position for your child to be in, when you think that you need to move the headrest up and the straps up, you just want to make sure that the strap is always even on your child's shoulder. So it's not all the way up like that and then going over them, and it's not pressing down on them too much. You want it at a height where it's even on their shoulder, and that's just going to make sure that they're very secure in their car seat and that you're getting the full safety features as well. So with the Joie, you can, if you need to, and I'm sure you will need to at some point, remove all of the fabrics. You can machine wash them and you can pop them on quite easily. And another feature on here is these little bits that you can pop your clasps onto when you're getting your baby in and out. And it's just helpful to have the straps out of the way when you're placing your child in. Now, if I pull them out, I'm going to show you again how this secures into place. So you would just pop these two bits together and then they would pop on to your clasp, and then the red button releases them. So it's nice and simple. So there you have it. That's the Joie iSpin 360, and as I said, we retail this at £299. You're going to get years of use from this. It takes you from birth to 4 years old. It allows you to continue with rearward facing, which is obviously the safest way for your child to travel, and it's got the spin feature. So this really does have everything you need. The materials are lovely, really high end. And I don't really think you're going to regret a purchase of a Joie car seat. They are great. So I'll show you one more time how easy it is to spin round. There we go. And there you have it. And if you need any more information, you can go on to buggybaby.co.uk.